Alright guys, today we're going to calculate area of two-dimensional figures. So let's take a look at this reference sheet. Okay, so the first 6 figures are two-dimensional figures. You can see they're kind of flat like pancakes. Now in comparison, these two are three-dimensional solids. You can see depth in them. Okay, so today we're focusing on two-dimensional figures and we will be calculating area. As you can see, for example, square, I have two formulas given. P, which is perimeter, and A, area. So today we're focusing on areas. So let's go ahead and start with number 1. We're going to be drawing figures. I'll try my best, but they're not going to be great. So number 1, let's draw a square. So we know that square has all 4 sides equal, and all 4 angles are right angles. Right angles meaning 90 degrees. So I can put little boxes and that will represent that each angle is 90 degrees. Now each side of this square is 8.5 feet. These are the given units. So for each problem you were looking for area. So let's go ahead and look at the formulas. Area of a square is s squared. Okay, so let's write that down. Again, area equals s squared. S stands for side. Now, I'll just substitute s with 8.5. So area equals 8.5 squared. Okay, so area equals, now, when you put this in a calculator, if you don't have a calculator at home, you can always use Desmo calculator. Or you can just Google scientific calculator, but I do recommend Desmo's calculator. I think it's better. So when you multiply 8.5 squared, you should get 72.25. Now, I want you to round each answer, if you're getting a decimal, to the nearest hundred, which means you will have to have 2 numbers after a decimal place. Now, we need to focus on units as well. When you're looking for area, each unit has to be squared. So if I'm working with feet, my final answer would be feet squared. So whenever you're having area, okay, the answer for the area would be units squared. If we would be talking about volume, would be units cubed. But for us, for right now, we have units squared because we're working with area. Okay, number 2. Number 2, we're gonna draw a triangle. So here's my triangle. Okay, and then I'll draw a dashed line. And this dashed line is a height of the triangle, and it's always perpendicular to the base of the triangle. So this dashed line, this height is 21.3 meters. And the base of this triangle is 15 meters. So let's again look at the formulas. We're talking about triangle right now. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Okay, so base is the bottom and then height is perpendicular to the base. So area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Now we're just going to substitute B with 15, H with 21.3. So I get area equals 1/2, base is 15, and height is 21.3. Okay, again, put it in a calculator. You should get answer 159.75. And again, we're looking with units, right? Meters are given, so we have meters squared. Okay, that's answer for number 2. Now, number 3, we're gonna draw a parallelogram. So number 3, let me draw a parallelogram here. Oops. Okay. Now base is 12.9 inches. The top and bottom base is the same, so 12.9 inches. And then again, height, I'll write it, I put it with a dashed line. is 7.1 inches. Okay, so let's check out the formula. Here is your parallelogram. Area of a parallelogram is base times height. So area is base times height. So now let's just substitute. Area equals base is 12.9 times height is 7.1. Okay, now when you multiply this, you should get 91.59, and then now my units are inch, so we get inches squared. Okay, number 4 is a circle. I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to draw that, but we'll see. It's pretty bad. Well, it is what it is. Here's a circle, and that's the center of my circle. And then we have a diameter. Okay, remember diameter is a line segment that would go from one edge to the opposite edge of the circle, and it needs to go through the center. So this diameter is 26 yards. Okay, now also remember that half of the diameter is radius. That would be the segment from the center to the edge. Okay, so radius is half of the diameter. Okay, let's check out the formula for circle. Here's your circle. Now C is circumference, and we are asked to find the area. So area is pi r squared. Now pi very often is just left as 3.14. I don't recommend replacing pi with 3.14. Just type pi in your calculator. So area equals pi r squared. Okay, so area equals pi. I'll just leave it like that, and then r. Be careful, don't put 26, that's not r, that's not radius. 26 is diameter, radius is half of the diameter, so half of 26 is 13 squared. Okay, you slap this in a calculator and you should get 530.93 yards squared. Okay, now the last problem, we will look at the word problem. So let's write this problem. I'm actually gonna switch the paper. Okay, so this is number 5. Number 5, okay, a triangle with area of 45.5. A triangle with an area of 45.5 centimeters squared, has a base, then measures 14 centimeters. Find the height. Find the height of the triangle. Okay, so here's the word problem. Okay, so we are looking at the triangle. Now this time we're not looking for the area. Area is given as 45.5 centimeters squared. Another given information is base of this triangle is 14 centimeters, and then what we're looking for is the height. Now let's go ahead and write the area, the formula for the area of this triangle. So area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Now I'll just substitute what I have, and then we will manipulate this formula. So I'm going to go from left to right. Area, we know area of this triangle is 45.5. So I'll replace that. Okay, 1/2, that's just a constant, so here it is. I also have base given. Base is 14. 14, and then h is the height that I'm looking for, so we definitely don't know what that is. Okay, now we're gonna try to simplify. On the left side there's nothing to simplify, so I'll just leave the 45.5 the way it is. Now the right side, that's kind of a little bit of a mess here, so I'll simplify 1/2 times 14. When you multiply something times 1/2 is the same as divide by 2, so 14 divided by 2 is 7. H. Now my unknown variable is h. To isolate the h, to leave it by itself, I need to divide both sides by 7. So 7 divided by 7 is 1, so I don't have to write that. They cancel each other. And then when you divide 45.5 divided by 7, you should get 6.5. Now, it's not centimeters squared because this is not an area. Area has units squared, but then base and height are just simply centimeters. So this is 6.5 centimeters. Okay, so be careful.